One would be Edward Grimes.
Ah, yes. Okay, Mr. Grimes, what is your question, sir?
Would it be possible to be seen also?
You can be, when that other individual was speaking, the commissioners could see her, just so people know. So I don't have any problem with that right now until we work out the details. It shows on the screen the 5-minute timer, but we can all see that screen. Let's make it available for Mr. Grimes as well if he wishes to be seen at this point while we solidify our strategy here.
You're being moved to a panelist.
Thank you. That's actually the reason why I'm here. We were not able to speak in Union Township. And I wanted to speak in Union Township about the crosswalk issue. But let me just say, it's very important that you see me, because I want you to be able to see if I'm in a wheelchair or if I'm hurting. I want you to see my emotions, and we don't get to see that. So that's important. I didn't get that in Union Township. In Union Township, I had to write a letter to the clerk, and then the clerk reads that letter to the council. And it was nothing close to what I even had written. They redacted half the stuff. And what I wanted to talk about was the crosswalk. A year ago on Vauxhall Road, I don't know if that's a county road or not, that may be important, but Vauxhall Road in Brookside, there's a very dangerous intersection where a child who's 9 years old was scared to cross that street. So he wrote the mayor a letter that he was scared, his friends were scared to cross that street during school time. The letter didn't go anywhere. The mayor just blew the letter off and nothing happened. The next day, somebody drew a crosswalk across Vauxhall Road. Well, the police were very upset about this, and they said they're looking for this person that was committing the criminal mischief. Now, I think they have it all backwards. First of all, driving a 5,000-pound weapon, a car, is a privilege. That child has a Fifth Amendment right to walk freely in this country. And we should be more worried about that child and his friends who are scared to cross Vauxhall Road than we are about slowing down traffic. They talked about putting in some speed bumps. They talked about putting in a blinking light there. They talked about putting in some signage that you're coming around the curb there. And all that was poo-pooed because no, we're more worried about the privileged 5,000-pound weapons than we are about a scared child. And that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. So I'm with Sativa Cross. We're a 501c3. We advocate for disabled rights and for handicap access. And your board has been very helpful to us in the past. With the Watchung Reservation, we had an issue with disabled access, and you guys were wonderful. You fixed the issue in like a day or two. It was great. And we're hoping that maybe there's a way you can help with this issue, because first of all, we can't even interact with the Township of Union. If we're writing the clerk a letter and then they're not answering our question, I have to wait 30 days to re-ask my question and then wait another 30 days maybe for an answer. It's absolutely ridiculous what's happening in Union Township. And they need to get on board with the executive orders that were and the Open Public Meetings Act, like you guys are. I really appreciate that you can see me. And I'm actually wearing a tube top. I'm not topless. I'm wearing a tube top, just so you know.
Okay, very good.
But this is a very important issue because this crosswalk needs to be there. We need to worry about our Fifth Amendment rights to walk freely rather than these cars that are driving like maniacs down Vauxhall Road. That's a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit. These children are scared. You got disabled people and elderly people. What's the answer? The police department says the answer is to walk a quarter mile down the road or a quarter mile down the other way. Would you make your elderly grandmother or mother walk a half a mile or a quarter mile down the road just because there's no crosswalk? And put some lights up. You guys control the money. You guys can do this. I know you guys can do this, and you can maybe get a message to Union Township that we're trying to contact them, but we can't. Can I read my poem that I wrote to them, because this was not read in the meeting at all?
I hope you will.
Okay, it says, the kids were scared to cross the street. So on the first day of school, they tried to be discreet. They drew a crosswalk and tried to be neat before the cops came and they beat their feet. And then I put instructions to put your hands in the air. Don't say that, just put your hands in the air, but this never happened. Why don't we care about our children who have a right to travel freely? Driving a 5,000-pound weapon is a privilege. Walking freely is our Fifth Amendment right. Point your finger at the mayor. Don't say that, just kindly point your finger at the mayor. Will you spend a day in a wheelchair and see what the sick and suffering and dying have to go to? Point your finger at a random council member. Would you make your elderly family member cross an extra mile, walk an extra quarter mile to cross the street? So add speed bumps and signs to watch around curbs. We don't care if the privileged drivers are perturbed. Cars need to respect pedestrians in the burbs. You need to protect the ones you serve. But that was never read in the council.
Okay.
So,
Let me ask you this, Mr. Grimes, let me ask you this. So it's Vauxhall Road between, what's the two cross streets? Do you have a, just so we can certainly let Union know that we heard from you and that, you know, we want to raise the awareness and let them know, but what are the two other streets?
Brookside. Vauxhall and Brookside.
Vauxhall and Brookside. Okay. All right, very good. Thank you for your comments. We appreciate it.
Thank you.